Accurate analysis, says Elon Musk. Only about 1 out of 10,000 miles driven is useful for training. The limiting factor for FSD progress was AI training compute, but now it is validation as the interventions are so rare. When I drive in a simple city of about 200,000 people, I don't really get interventions. But when I go to downtown Vancouver, I will have not a safety critical intervention, but an intervention every few minutes usually. So Tesla probably needs people to drive in dense urban environments more. To collect more interventions, Tesla could sell more vehicles, meaning discounting the vehicles, lower FSD price, or even make it free, but tell people if you don't give us at least 100 miles of data per week or per month, you don't get it for free anymore. So I seriously would not be surprised at all if the FSD price dropped even further. So this is a warning to expect FSD price to drop. Tesla to shut down production at German plant for 4 days. That headline is really misleading because Thursday is going to be a public holiday, and he is a senior director of manufacturing at Giga Berlin and says it's only 1 day planned production shutdown. Keep in mind that in Germany, if there's a holiday on Thursday, often you will get Friday off as well. And pretty much all of Germany doesn't work this Friday. So it's 1 day, not 4 days. And if you appreciate me debunking these false stories, make sure to like and subscribe right now if you haven't yet, because from now on, I will not be publishing the daily news videos on the big channel. I will only be publishing them right here. So make sure to subscribe, otherwise YouTube may stop showing you these videos. We got deliveries from China based on the insurance data. It's almost 11,000, and it's definitely much better than the previous year same week, and it's slightly above the 5th week of Q1, so this is decent. However, there's one seriously strange thing going on. The Model 3 only had 600 deliveries. That doesn't quite make sense, except it does, because most Model 3s probably were exported, unless it's a SU7 vehicle that's damaging Tesla sales. I doubt that's the case. I mean, sure, Tesla's probably losing a few sales to Xiaomi here, but I don't think it's losing a crazy amount. I think more Model 3s were exported. Assuming that's the case, Tesla is likely going to beat previous quarter in blue here. We are already here, because in this quarter there's no Chinese New Year, unlike in Q1. But beating last year's Q2, that is going to be more challenging. Doable, but certainly difficult. James believes that the biggest risk to Q2 delivery number and Q2 results is Europe. Currently, May is off to a soft start in the daily reporting countries. Tesla sales relative to the overall NEV share in key countries such as Germany and the UK is not looking great. In Germany, they took away major subsidies, but in the UK, overall BEV sales are up 10.7% year on year. But Tesla's deliveries are not up in the UK compared to the previous year. However, it doesn't take a genius to look at this chart and understand that Tesla still does have a delivery wave in the UK because they drive on the other side of the road. And if you look at Q1 of this year, you can see a very weak first month, but yet the total quarter actually beat Q4 of 2023. And it was a fairly significant beat, which is quite impressive considering that in most places in the world, Q1 is quite a bit worse than Q4. So just because the first month of the quarter is worse than before, it doesn't mean that we won't have a good quarter overall. We could, certainly, but it doesn't definitely predict it. AJ maintains his position that Tesla is certainly able to exceed previous year's deliveries. He breaks it down here, because also remember, Q3 last year was weaker because of the Model 3 refresh, but we also know that the Model Y refresh is coming, probably in China this year, which could make AJ's prediction less likely to come true. However, he has a comeback to add. We also got something else called, let me think, it's on the tip of my tongue. Wait, I almost got it. Yes, freaking Cybertruck. And as you know, last year, Tesla did not have Cybertruck deliveries in any significant way. We got some news about the Cybertruck. There's a new gray interior that has been launched and a new 20-inch core wheel option. Tesla Chan thinks this shows that the production ramp of the Cybertruck is smooth. And the bears, of course, will say, oh, there's no demand. Tesla has to introduce these new things. And they, of course, conveniently forget Tesla has over 1 million reservations for the Cybertruck. And that Tesla is still only selling the really expensive Foundation Series Cybertruck and not the regular Cybertrucks. Things are looking alright with the Cybertruck. Here are the differences between the two tires. With a new tire, you do get a little bit more range, but I do like this one a little bit better. Omar predicts that the vehicles built on the Cybertruck platform will sell 600 to 900,000 units globally at scale eventually, and that it's likely to outsell the Model Y in the US long term. At the moment, the only thing limiting Cybertruck's success is Tesla's ability to produce more of them. There are some concerning things happening over in Germany for Tesla as protests over the expansion of Giga Berlin begin. Police plan to deploy more troops. Protests are scheduled to take place in front of the Tesla plant on Friday. And look at this. It says destroy Tesla. These are not indirect threats. No, this is very direct. Destroy Tesla. Left extremists promise week of action against Teslas. This is from May 2nd, so very recent. And they burned all of these Amazon delivery vans. It's all in Germany as I understand it, in Berlin specifically. Here's another poster. At least they don't say destroy, they only say disrupt. So watch out for more potential attacks against Tesla. Elon Musk met with Argentina's president again. It's not obvious to me that Tesla would have any serious interests in Argentina, but it is something to keep an eye on. The meeting that happened yesterday was about an hour long. NHTSA is forcing Tesla to release some new autopilot data, which will include everything that Electric wants to know about autopilot and FSD. NHTSA is basically asking for all data and documents that Tesla has related to these autopilot systems. If Tesla doesn't comply, it will get fined $135 million. But just because the government will have all of that intervention data, does that mean it will be released to the public as well? Electric hopes it will, and we might have it, but it is likely going to be a redacted version of all of that info, so we should at least find out some new information. For example, NHTSA has asked Tesla how much mileage consumers are racking up using its driver assistance system and how many times drivers have been warned to put their hands on the wheel before and after the company's December recall. But that statistic is not going to be good at all, because often I have my hands on the wheel and I get this nag. It's not because I don't have my hands on the steering wheel, it's because I'm not actively trying to disengage the system from autopilot, because if I push the steering wheel just a tiny bit too hard, it disengages so easily and it's so annoying. So on purpose, I try to put as little pressure on the steering wheel as I possibly can until I actually start to get some sort of alert. It first starts as a visual alert and then it becomes a sound. So the moment I see the visual, then I take action, but not before then. And because I am using FSD more, it means I am getting more of these nags overall, which could make it seem like it's worse than before for NHTSA. I don't know. But as long as they take into consideration the total mileage, then I think it's okay, which it seems like they are going to do.